Shit. What is up, guys? My name's Brenner. Welcome to my channel. This is Mr. Liquor Sipper, and I had hair in my mouth. Probably from my dog. Alright, guys, so that's about as real as it gets, okay? Look, we're being real here. This is it right now. What are we doing today? We're doing a real life review, if you will, of no other than Wild Turkey 101. And I have to tell you right now, I think I might be in for a doozy, but let's find out what happens. Is this a sip it or a toss it? Let's go. Alright, so first of all, now, not that it really matters, but just a few things. First of all, to address some of you folks out there, I am not a connoisseur, I am not a sommelier or anyone that knows anything 100% specific about whiskey. I am a newbie, I am a beginner, which is why I started this channel, but also it's to give you guys some fun, free entertainment that you can laugh at and enjoy, but also sip to and learn just a little bit of the, I think, the fundamentals of whiskey and about each specific whiskey that I do decide to open specifically for these reviews. So I crack these things open every single time for the first time. So every review that you see from me is the very first review, my very first taste, my very first sip. All right, so again, I'm not projecting or pretending or posing to be anything that I'm not. I am learning as I go, and I'm just taking you guys on a ride with me. I said, F it. If I'm here to be doing my own thing, I'm sipping at my house, I might as well just turn on a camera and let everyone see. Is this worth your money? I don't know. Like specifically, is this bottle right here of Wild Turkey 101 that I have avoided since high school because I was underage drinking. I got really sick. It wasn't 101, it was a Wild Turkey that made me sick, and ever since then, here I am, almost 36 years old, which is probably like over how, I don't know, I'm not a math guy, but it's been some time, all right, and I've avoided this, but I've heard great things about Wild Turkey, so I could no longer avoid it. The grown-ass man inside of me had to escape the little boy that has been traumatized. So, without further ado, we're gonna go into some little bits and pieces and snippets of what Wild Turkey is, where does it come from, where did he go? Where did he come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Alright, so straight off the top, we have this great bottle, supposedly a great sipper, Wild Turkey 101 Kentucky Straight Bourbon. It has a nice, typical, regular feel to the bottle. Nothing crazy or significant other than the etched in turkey that is on the front of it. And obviously the red 101, so you know that this is 101 proof, and it is 101 Wild Turkey. That way you know what you're sipping, I'm sure. So this is a classified, as I just said, straight bourbon. It comes from distillery Wild Turkey. As I'm sure you guys may know, it's aged between 6 to 8 years. So, you know, it doesn't know a lot. It's a young lad, but aged enough, so it might just be just right. You know, you don't want to listen to some child that's an idiot. Do I know what I'm talking about? No, I just keep rambling. Also, this is a mash bill of 75% corn, 13% rye, and you got a 12% malted barley in this bad mamma jamma. Again, allegedly, so we don't really know. The MSRP, the price that I paid for this bottle, is $25, which is about what I saw online that you could get this for. 101 Bourbon is Wild Turkey's flagship brand. Wild Turkey is distilled at a very low proof, and according to the company, helps embody all of the barrel flavors during aging. It comes out of the barrel at around 109 proof, and then only slightly diluted before being bottled at 101 proof. This process helps produce a final product that, although not barrel proof, is close to what came right out of the barrel. Wild Turkey uses char number 4 on their barrels, which helps create the company's flavor profile and deep color. Wild Turkey's master distillery, Jimmy Russell, is the longest tenured active master distiller in the world with 60 years experience and has worked at Wild Turkey in a total of more than 65 years. That's an old man. His first car was a carriage. Probably not, but maybe. I don't know. All right, so here we go. Fresh, clean. Alright, it's brand new. Never had this. I know it might be hard to believe, folks, but it is the truth. Plastic is off. This is brand new. We are going to do a little slice with the thumbnail here. I probably should have had Ninja Turtle slicer fingers or something. Alright, here we go. Getting this thing pieced out. And we are... Oh, that is nice. A nice little yeah. So every time you drink Wild Turkey, you gotta know is gonna come around. All right, so a little has to happen. All right, so before we get started, we always gotta do our most interesting. Where am I gonna put this? I guess back on the floor. All right. So you always got to do nosing for newbies. That's my cue. All right, a little swish of the swash and a swash of the swish. Little sniff of the sniff. Here we go, and we're diving on in. Oh yeah, it smells like chocolate starfish and hot dog flavored water. I get weird sense of elephant foreskin. It smells like every single lie Dr. Fauci ever said. I also get sense of a burnt down Conor McGregor pub. I also get a weird waft of grandma's overloaded perfume as she walks by in the gym. I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but my God. It fucks up the whole workout. Actually angers me a little bit. So anyway, time to get to the real nose. Okay, so a little bit of the swirl here. And you get some, for me, initially I get the spices. The baking spices. You get some rye grain in here, and then you also have some elements of a vanilla. You get some vanilla, and I get so right here at the end I get some toasted oak, and then there's a little bit of that toffee smell, a little bit of caramel for me as well, and then obviously you get the strong elements that I'm just standing at a gas pump. That ethanol is definitely there just to simply remind you that this right here has definitely been, at least at one point or another, 91 octane. I'm just kidding. It's 101 proof, and it has the smell of that. Nice little zip and a zazz, if you will. Now, let's go ahead and let's go to the palate, and let's sip it for Mr. Liquor Sipper himself. Now I'm disappointed that I stayed away from this for the past 2 or 3 years, at least from initially trying it, because there is a little bit of a corn presence to this. It's a little bit, to me, it's a little bit sweet. It's a little bit thicker, so it feels well-rounded to me. It also reminds me a lot, I don't know why, but it reminds me a lot of Whistle Pig, the 10-year, if you will. Because it has a little bit thicker, feels like a little bit more of a full body for a $25 bottle so far. I mean, this is awesome. So I definitely taste that gentle layer of vanilla and caramel. It definitely has a sweeter taste at the top. I'm actually super surprised at this. I think my traumatic event that happened back to me when I was underage has just been stomped all over and shit on, because I actually really like Wild Turkey right now. It's not anything that's overly complex, if you will. Okay, you can definitely taste out some of the toasted oak that's in there as well. I wouldn't say it's 100% subdued, but it is 101 proof, but it doesn't taste like it's 101 proof. It definitely goes down a little bit smoother. That is for those that have been drinking a little bit longer, whereas I feel like 101 proof, if you're just getting into whiskey, you really need to start at probably the 80 proof just to be subtly introduced into those things, because 101 proof might be a little bit too harsh off the top with the spice and the burn. I don't get a lot of burn off of this. Like I said, it's very smooth for me. It tastes sweet on the finish. The vanilla fades, and then there's that dry oak, I think, that you get at the end. Otherwise, above all, everything, this right here, Wild Turkey 101, is a pleasant surprise, and for a bottle that is 25 bucks, you can't beat it. It's an easy sipper, probably a great mixer for something like an old fashioned. Is this a toss it or a sip it? This is 100% a sip it and keep on sipping, because this thing is bad. That being said, I would love for you guys to check out my brand of Prevail and Conquer, which is a limited LTD, also a LLC, my company. We do various different things. We like motorcycles, we like tattoos, we like everything that's kind of against the grain, that doesn't fit into the box of society. We love whiskey sipping, and we have a little bit of clothing that is Bourbon Outfitters itself. So if you guys are interested in taking a look at that stuff, I will keep that link at the bottom, or you could just type in prevailandconquer.com and check that stuff out if you are into getting something that's a little bit different than what's already been displayed for bourbon and whiskey lovers on a little bit of shirts or clothing. Therefore, that is all I have. If you guys have questions or comments, don't forget to leave one if you have one, and don't forget to tell your friends, your homies, your enemies, and everyone in between. Don't forget to hit that like or subscribe button. It helps the algorithm, it helps people find people that are like you, that are like me, that want to be in the whiskey type genre business and in that culture. Without further ado, to everyone out there, as always, cheers and keep on sipping.